Have you ever been left stunned, wondering why someone who seemed to genuinely love you suddenly vanished from your life without a trace? That feeling of abandonment is devastating, a deep, aching void that keeps you awake at night as you try to piece together what went wrong. What if I told you that this vanishing act might not be about a lack of love at all? That, in fact, it could be rooted in a profound psychological mechanism, one that runs far deeper than the usual explanations of infidelity or emotional disinterest. Carl Jung, one of the most influential thinkers in modern psychology, identified a hidden pattern in male behavior that few understand. There's a deeply ingrained psychological dynamic that explains why men who truly love a woman may paradoxically choose to disappear. You've probably heard all the standard theories. He lost interest. He met someone else. He was never serious. But what if all of these assumptions were completely off the mark? What if his vanishing was actually a sign of something far more complex and vulnerable? This isn't an excuse for toxic behavior. It's an invitation to explore the unconscious layers of the male psyche. When a man experiences deep love, it often stirs something within him that he's rarely equipped to deal with. Jung observed that men and women respond to emotional intensity in fundamentally different ways. While a woman might seek connection, communication, and emotional sharing in times of distress, a man is more likely to retreat inward. Rather than expressing his feelings, he may repress them. Rather than seeking comfort, he isolates. This is not coldness, it's a defense mechanism built over a lifetime. Jung referred to this as the persona, a mask that men construct to hide their vulnerabilities. It's not a conscious deception, but rather a psychological armor forged from childhood, shaped by societal expectations that condition boys to equate vulnerability with weakness. But here's the paradox. The stronger the love a man feels, the more intense his internal conflict becomes. Love threatens this protective persona because it demands openness, surrender, and emotional exposure. This leads us to the Jungian concept of the shadow, the part of the psyche where our fears, insecurities, and repressed emotions live. When a man falls deeply in love, he often comes face to face with this shadow. Love then becomes a mirror, reflecting back to him all the parts of himself he'd rather not see. His fear of not being good enough, his terror of emotional dependence, his dread of losing his sense of self. Some men can remain perfectly comfortable in casual, surface-level relationships. But when love becomes profound, when the relationship moves from excitement to emotional depth, they may panic. The deeper the intimacy, the louder the voice of fear becomes. That fear isn't always about you. It's about what you represent. The possibility of emotional surrender, of losing control, of being truly seen. This internal struggle often activates opposing psychological forces. One part of him longs for closeness. Another part pulls him towards solitude and safety. This isn't a calculated decision to hurt you. It's often a subconscious attempt to preserve his own psychic balance. The disappearance is a coping mechanism, not an act of malice. Most importantly, his sudden withdrawal says little about your worth. It's not your failure, nor something you lacked. You simply triggered an emotional depth he wasn't ready to handle. Understanding this doesn't erase the pain, but it offers clarity. It frees you from the self-blame and the endless, "What did I do wrong?" questions. The truth is, you were not too much. You were simply enough to reveal the parts of him he wasn't prepared to face. And that revelation, while painful, can offer you the peace you've been searching for.